Good morning. How's it going? It's January 9th, 2019, and I'm going on a new adventure today. Did a little diving into some information from a few friends and everything, and today I'm going to go to try Watts Bar Dam. I've not been there, but I think once on the jetty side, and I'd only been there about 3 or 4 times years ago prior to 9/11, before they shut down that side of the dam, the reactor side. So I've seen some people catching walleye up here, so seen a few reports, so that's what I'm gonna go try to do, is catch some walleye. But in the meantime, I went ahead and loaded the tank with some shad, and I'm gonna see if I can't get a big smallmouth or a striper or something to nibble on the line. It's 41 degrees. Big issue today is bluebird skies, high barometric pressure, and the wind's out of the north at about 14 mile an hour. So I'm going to throw on my waders. Just going to wire those. Of course, I got my Gore-Tex 100 mile an hour suit, but I'm not sure about how the conditions are down there as I walk down. So try my waders first. If they're too cumbersome, I'm going to swap out and just throw my 100 mile an hour suit and my regular boots on. One thing I want to talk about is the barometric pressure. I know a lot of people, you'll hear them say, well, bluebird skies, you know, you're not going to catch fish. Well, there's typically reasons behind that. From what I've been taught in school, I went to a couple classes on fish biology and everything. What happens is when that barometric pressure gets high, it actually causes a slight inflation of the fish's air bladder. So it's just like, you know, just like it says, high pressure, it's going to increase the size of their air bladder, therefore that compresses their stomach, so it makes the fish not want to eat as much. So that's why you seem to catch pre-front, you know, when the pressure really drops. That's why you notice a pretty good increase in the amount of fish that people are catching. So that's just a little tidbit of information. This is probably going to be a learning experience for me. It may be another crappy video. I might not catch a thing. I'm not going to powder coat or sugar coat. Sorry, powder coat had something else on my mind. Sugar coat anything. I told you where I'm going. Again, as I said in my previous video, as I said 100 times every video, I try to be as transparent as I can to protect what I fish, in order to keep bringing you guys these videos. Because if I just go out and have diarrhea of the mouth, as I call it, and give out every bit of information that I can, I'm not going to have a place to go to make videos, because I'm going to have people stacked up like sardines in there. But anyway, on the interstate now, it's going to take me about an hour to get there. It's from where I live at. I got a little bit of a late start, so I'm stuck in quite a bit of traffic, but we shall return, and hopefully we'll be catching some monster smallmouth and walleye. Greatly appreciate you guys watching. Rolling down, there are birds everywhere, so that's a sign that the shad kill is starting. The temperatures are starting to get low. I think the water temperatures are in the 40s or 50s, right around there, low 40s. So again, I've never been down here, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a learning experience. I can already tell. I can see something I'd like to probably try out. See the extended jetty coming out here. See that water break going right down the edge. I want to get probably right close to where that eddy's settling up on the bank. See where the water's pushing down. It looks like where there's other cars at down there as well. So that's probably where I'm going to go target first, is come down that rock and try to get where that water first hits that bank and creates a little bit of a eddy. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. All right, I'm all geared up here. Got my 100 mile an hour suit on. Got my new Bogs boots. They're comfortable. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go down here and get some water in my bucket so I can haul my shad down here. If you can see right here, this is where the eddy starts. See how it starts right against this? So right here is where I'm gonna target fishing at, right along this seam. That's That's what I think, and that's where I think a fish will be at. So we'll go from there. I'm trying not to break my neck walking down all this limestone rock here. And then of course I'm gonna have to carry a bucket of water up, so maybe my fat butt won't have a damn heart attack. But we're gonna see what happens. I said this is a new adventure for me, so looks like the bank cuts off pretty deep right here, so that could show. It looks really good right here though. See how this water is starting to pull back up. So what I'm gonna do, I'm literally this little pocket right here. I'm gonna flip my slab magnets, Foley spoons, and live gizzard shad. I'm gonna flip them right out here and let it pull it right up around this eddy. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna get my fat butt down here and get some water, and then we'll get some bait down here and get it all set up. We're finally in place here after a heck of a drive here. I don't have a clue where to even start, so I'm just gonna throw straight down this seam with the slab magnet and let her sink for a second and see if I can figure out where her bottom is and go from there. It is cold. That wind is pretty rough down here. My hands are wet, so it'll make for an interesting day. I don't know if I need to parallel the bank or what, but we'll figure it out. The shad seem to be acclimating pretty good. I may put one of them boys on there and go ahead and do the live bait deal here, because they're getting beat up pretty good against these rocks. I've got a Foley on as well, so there's one. That's pretty small fish, whatever it is. He hit it on the drop. I had it deep down there too. Feels like a white bass maybe. Yep, that's exactly what it is. All right, well, it's two casts. I'm already on fish. Slab magnet strikes again. That's a chunky little white bass. Don't want no white bass. We want some bottom dwellers here, like a walleye. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna let it sink for about a 10 count. And I'm just gonna work it back. I'd like to, if we can get into some big white bass, we'll take them suckers home to the eating table. I'm figuring if they're gonna, if they're gonna hit that, if I get that Foley spoon out there and kind of rip it down through here, it's gonna be successful. That's white bass like a real rapid retrieve from my experience, as well as skipjack. Oh, rock bottom. I'm trying to see what this cat down here next to me is doing. Okay, well, I found bottom, so I know kind of where I'm at. So I'm gonna try to do this again. All right, if I find anything else or find another pattern, I'm gonna come back to you. All right. Nothing changed. Second cast, got that white bass. I threw about 200 more times with the slab magnet, and then swapped to the Foley. No success. So I'm gonna put a shad on there and see how this works out. Again, right through the little white spot behind the nostril. Let him get acclimated to the freedom. And I'm gonna just flip it right. Just literally probably 20 feet down the bank here. And let it try to push it. And see what happens. He's pretty lethargic. This water's getting, it's cold water. So I want to make sure he's gonna be all right. It may be too cold. See what happens. I'm just gonna flip him underhanded right out on the edge of that and see how it goes. I may get hammered right off the bat. I may not catch a thing. The sun's starting to push up over this bank here, so hopefully it'll warm up some. And just always be mindful of your surroundings and watch what the people around you are doing. I see a guy upriver here with it's like a slip bobber set up with some minnows, and then I got a guy about 60 yards down from me. I don't know what he's doing. But just be mindful, kind of sneak a peek at what they're doing and learn from that, especially if you're on new water. So Shad seems to be swimming all right, so I'm gonna give him some line, let him ease down through there. The water's pulling. He's actually got right into that eddy that I was talking about right now. So where it kind of, the backflow from where it comes around the jetty, and then the other water that sits, he's right in the middle of that now. So maybe that'll result in a monster smallie or something. That's what I'm shooting for. He's swimming pretty good, so I'm gonna stand on this rock here and let him shrimp on down through there. And I'm watching as well all the way up towards the sidewalk area they have up here. There's a blue heron. He's in the edge of the water, so I always watch the birds, whether it be the seagulls that come in during the winter or it be the heron all year round. If they're sitting on the bank in the water, that typically a good sign that there's fish in the area. All right, come on, big fish. I need about a 7-pound smallmouth. I'll settle for a 5. They're still hammering water, as you can see too. All the floodgates are open. Well, not all of them, but a lot of the floodgates are open. We're trying to get rid of all this excessive rain we've had. It's been record flooding here in the Tennessee Valley as far as for rainfall amounts. And TVA has done everything they can to manage the flooding, and especially, I mean, they've even went as far as opening the locks, leaving the locks open so that the water can flow and get out of town, get down the river. I'm gonna feel around here a little bit and see what happens, and if something happens, I'll come back to you guys. Okay, I'm gonna mark that one off the books and say maybe another day. Literally second cast, caught that white bass. I thought, I'm gonna have a pretty good day. I'll end up catching in these, because typically you catch one white bass, you're gonna catch 100 sometimes. But fished from the intake wall at the, or not the intake wall, but the front of the lock all the way to the jetty, all the way down to the last parking spot, walked down the bank. I threw Foley spoons, threw my slab magnets, threw live gizzard shad. Nothing, absolutely nothing. The only thing I accomplished was to freeze myself to death. Somewhat, not too bad, but I've got quite a bit of the day left. I spent about 3 hours there. So I'm gonna cut across, go through Spring City. Never been this way before. Hit the backside and go down to Dayton boat dock, that area around in there, and see what's going on, see what might happen. All right, we'll be back, and maybe, who knows, we may have a big fish getting ready to get on the line when we get down that way. But with the weather conditions the way they are, high pressure, cold fronts just passed, we may be shooting ourselves in the foot here even trying. All right, see y'all shortly. All right, got one here. That is a damn good fish too. He's about 4 pounds. He ain't that big. No, he ain't even 4 pounds. He's 3 maybe. I get it. Hook at the edge. But it's a good sign that there's fish in here. What I'm doing, I'm going through these gills. I'm popping this hook out. Like so. I'll even let him keep a shad, but he'll go, yeah, about 4 pounds. And what I'm doing, I'm using this as a slip bobber. So I'm gonna take it, for now, I'm gonna take it off, and I'm gonna throw it there, just live line it. That's a good sign. I mean, that's a fish. So we're gonna continue doing what we're doing here and see if we can't get another one. I'm gonna just throw him out here and let him swim. I ain't gonna put him on a sinker. But again, I'm gonna throw him upwind and try to get him before he'll drift down. Drift down from me. That wind is miserable. Especially on cold weekends. Alright, I'll come back if we can get another one here. Actually, I'm gonna let it run a few minutes here. I hope I'll keep the rod low in the water, because I don't want my line up in the wind, dragging it all over the place. Plus, it kind of gives me a better feel for the bait, because if it's flat in the water, it's not catching all that wind, and it works. You know, I mean, the sensitivity is a lot better. But that makes my day there. It made me feel a little bit better. That's just another location that I can get bass that I didn't know about. So we'll let this one swim around. That didn't take too long either. He drifted through there not too long at all and got to eat. So I may have to put the float back on, create that extra little bit of stress on the fish, and especially due to the windy conditions. But we'll see what happens. Maybe I can get me one about 20 pounds make my day. Whew. It's cold. I do have the slip bobber set up over there. I mean, I could put that on and try that, but I'm about 30 yards out here in this bay, waded out here. I don't want to have to run all over the place. Whew. It's cold. I actually seen that fish roll up and hit that. That's why I turned the camera on as soon as I did. Lift the tip up there, just feel and get contact with the bait, and then I'm gonna drop it right back down in the water. My basket's floating away. Good thing is I've got a whole tank of shad, and there's another one. He just ate it. Open the bell. Feel for the weight. Set the hook. I can barely turn this fish's head. Ooh, now that one's probably gonna be, it's gonna be a heavy fish. I'm gonna have to weigh that one. Definitely gonna have to weigh that fish. I hadn't seen him totally yet, but that fish could push 8 pounds or so. He's coming up here. I need to bring my, oh yeah, he's gonna be 8 or 9. He might go 10, who knows? So gotta keep him on. Y'all seeing this? Oh. Whoa! That's a 10-pounder. Look at that. Sweet Jesus. Let's go get a weight on this sucker. Holy crap. All right. Scale all zeroed out. I'll get him hooked in here. You see that? 1183, baby. Woo! Back. I mean, I don't know what else to say. 1183. I'm really not sure how I can top that one. But that was the 3rd cast, so I've got a tank full of bait. I can see if I can try topping it. Got a fresh shad out there. I'm gonna have to go back and scoop some up out of my tank. I'm about to pee all over myself. I'm excited. But I'm just gonna keep this going. As soon as I get thumped, I'm gonna start the camera back up and go from there. But, oh my God, I never expected that. No way, no how, no way, shape or form. I wasn't expecting to get anything like that. right now with the conditions like they are. But it goes to show, if you put time in and effort in, great things happen. I have driven probably total of 200 miles today and hauled shad around, you know, putting water in, taking water out, putting water in, taking out, keeping these things alive. And that just goes to show you when how it pays off. We'll be back. All right, heavy with weight again. Got another one. This is a small fish. That's a little dink, ditch pickle, as I call them. All right, I'm gonna go over here and load my bait basket back up, and we shall return. Just had one roll up on it. I'm about to load up. Got another one. It's gonna be, I don't know how good of a fish it's gonna be. I didn't see it right then. But I went to the car and got my new net I got just for these situations. I don't think this is gonna be that big of a fish. I might be wrong. This is gonna be another one. It's gonna be another big fish. Oh yeah, there's my bobber stop. Oh, he's that big. There he is. Oh hell, he's probably 5 pounds. Sucker off here and chunk him back out there. Ouch, them hooks are sharp, by the way. Real sharp. Come here, buddy. I'll get you off there and out of here. Actually, that will push 6 pounds. And I know I'm not going to walk all the way back to the car and weigh him either, so he's off to eat again. Check my line for any marks or anything. Come here, baby. He's about 25 inches. Yeah. The gentleman that took the picture for me is over here asking questions. Oh yeah. I just had one, dropped it. Dang it. I had slack in my line. Crap. Oh, there you go, he came back and eat it. Or he's trying to eat it. We'll see. It's kind of odd. It's almost like a gar was eating it. They're trying to get it the way it felt. Killed him. Liz, yeah, you had a couple bites. So I'm gonna get a fresh one on there. All I know is it pays off to be persistent and work your ass off. You will catch the big ones, trust me. I just proved it. Now I've got to get warmed up. I am frozen. I'm telling you, I am frozen. I just want to thank everyone that's kind of helped me throughout, and especially today I want to thank Chris Height of Chris Height Fishing. He told me that he had seen some fish, marked some fish in this area, and if it weren't for him, I would have never fished here. So I definitely want to give a shout out to him. He runs an awesome top grade guide service here on Chickamuga, and I just want to thank him for that. And I just put 1183 in the books, ladies and gentlemen. Can't wait for the video to go. Again, check out Chris Height Fishing here on Chickamuga Lake.